Are you interested in a career in speech-language pathology? Are you fully aware of the education and certification requirements in order to become a speech-language pathologist? In this video, you will learn what exactly a speech-language pathologist does, where they work, both high school and post-secondary school requirements, schools that offer these programs and courses, skills, personal attributes, and interests required, as well as their starting salary and range over the first 10 years. As an SLP, you diagnose speech, language, and swallowing disorders, and develop and carry out treatment programs constructed to every patient's needs. You could be working with patients who suffer from disabilities and/or conditions like cerebral palsy or multiple sclerosis. More commonly, you will find yourself working with patients who have suffered from a stroke or a head injury. While an SLP's main role is to treat their patients, they also have the task of teaching their patients' families, teachers, therapists, and any other significant people in their life about the patient's disorder and how they can help to support them. It is not a very physically demanding job, however it can get stressful and tiring when dealing with the patient's and the family's emotions, especially since SLPs work between around 37 to 50 hours per week. As an SLP, you can be found working in a school. In this case, you would be working with teachers to better the kids and the teachers' speech and language within the classroom. You would also be monitoring the kids in order to determine whether or not they would develop any long-term communication problems and whether or not they should be tested and seek help. Another example of a work environment is a community health clinic. In this case, they would be creating and executing treatment programs for patients. On top of these two locations, you will also find lots of SLPs working at a hospital. This environment allows them to work with other doctors and medical professionals such as psychologists, therapists, dentists, surgeons, and many others to diagnose and to tend to different patients with communication and/or swallowing disorders. In order to become an SLP, there are some requirements you need to fulfill. In terms of skills, personal attributes, and interests, you need to be interested in both language and psychology, be very patient and compassionate, and it will help a great amount to be fluent in a second language. All of these, especially being fluent in another language, will for the most part increase your job opportunities. In terms of education, there are both high school recommended courses as well as programs and courses in university that are required. In grade 12, it is required that you take English, but it is also recommended that you take courses in or related to communication and media studies, algebra and geometry, calculus, biology, chemistry, physics, social studies, computers, and French or international languages. Once you graduate from high school, you must obtain a degree from a university. At an undergraduate level, there are certain courses you must complete, including physiology, linguistics, and psychology. However, these will vary between universities. Once you have completed your undergrad, you must then complete a master's degree in speech-language pathology. A master's degree program in speech-language pathology will range from 2 to 3 years long. During these years, you will take courses in anatomy, acoustics, neurology, linguistics, and courses in development and voice disorders, counseling, and parent training. On top of all of these, you will have a period of practical training. While it is not required unless you are interested in a research and/or teaching position at a university, there are some schools that offer PhD programs in this specialty. If you choose this path, it would take an extra 4 to 5 years to complete this qualification. Some Canadian universities that offer these programs include the University of Alberta, the University of British Columbia, Dalhousie University, l'Université Laurentienne, l'Université d'Ottawa, l'Université du Québec à Trois-Rivières, the University of Toronto, Western University, l'Université de Montréal, McGill University, and l'Université Laval. While a PhD is not always required, some employers will require you to be voluntary certified. This can be done through the Canadian Association of Speech-Language Pathologists and Audiologists. Before you can become certified, you must have your master's degree in speech-language pathology, have completed a period of supervised practical experience, and pass an exam. When first starting out as a speech-language pathologist, you will earn between around $45,000 and $70,000 a year. As in most jobs, the longer you work in a profession, the more your salary could increase. Within 10 years of working as an SLP, your salary could increase to between $70,000 and $100,000 per year. While these are approximate numbers, the higher your degree of education, the more money you will make. For example, if you have a PhD, you would tend to earn more money than someone with a master's degree. On top of this, if you're employed on a full-time basis, you would normally end up receiving health and dental coverage, paid vacation, sick days, and contributions to retirement plans. Speech-language pathology. Is it the right career for you?